Hello, my name's Kelly Dennis. I'm a counselor, licensed professional therapist who works with people who have eating disorders, anxiety, depression, and I do some couples counseling as well. And today I wanted to talk with you a little bit about depression. Depression is a very debilitating mental illness, and it affects quite a number of people. And it's very difficult to treat and to work with sometimes because of the negative cycle that people who suffer from depression can sometimes find themselves in. And so many times they get caught up in the stories of depression that happen in their minds. And they find it difficult to disengage from these stories. The stories can be as severe as, I'm a terrible person, I'm not good enough. They can be cycles of, why did I do that? Why can't I get out of bed? I'm not going to be able to do that. And the negative thoughts, the negative stories just continue to happen and cause the person to feel lonely, desperate, sad, empty. And so today, I'd like to take you through a cognitive therapy-based mindfulness meditation that can begin to help you disengage from the negative thinking and to get some distance from the depression stories that might happen in your mind. This meditation is also good for people who don't necessarily suffer from depression, but who might have low self-esteem or have other kinds of negative thinking. So begin by getting yourself into a comfortable position. You can be sitting up or lying down, whatever feels good for you. And then begin by taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. And then taking another deep breath in and letting it out. And then breathing in whatever way feels comfortable for you. But focusing on your breath for just a few moments, wherever you can find it in your body. The movement of your body as you breathe, or the air as it exits and enters your nose. And as you do this, your mind will likely wander, and that's okay. Just notice when it has done that, and then label that with thinking. And then gently bring it back to your breathing. Focusing on the whole cycle of your breath, the in and the out, the rise and the fall, the ebb and the flow. And as you continue to breathe easily and comfortably, bring your attention now to the physical sensations that you might notice in your body. See if you can notice the point at which your back touches whatever you're sitting or lying upon. And just notice how that feels. See if you can notice what's happening in your feet. And how they feel today. Bring your attention to your hands, noticing where they're sitting or resting, and noticing any physical sensations in your hands today. And bringing your attention then up to your head, neck, shoulders, back of head, face. And bring your attention to those areas. And now you may have noticed that as you were focusing on one particular area of your body and paying attention to see how it felt, you may have noticed that the thinking mind was less engaged in rumination or negativity and more engaged in curiosity about how that body part felt. If that wasn't your experience, that's okay. Practice can help that to become a reality for you. And now letting go of the awareness of your body, bring your awareness to the sounds around you, really focusing in on the different sounds, the loudness, the softness, the vibrations as they hit your eardrums. And again, if you find that your mind wanders, when you notice, go ahead and label that as thinking, and then bring it back to your awareness of the sounds. Letting the awareness of the sounds fade into the background, bring your attention now to your mind. So just imagine that in your mind there's a river, and you're sitting along the bank of the river. And down the river are coming various thoughts, images, perhaps emotions, words. And just notice them as they come floating down the river. Maybe they're hopping on sticks or logs or leaves. Maybe they're in a boat coming down the river. Just notice. Notice those thoughts. And see if you can identify what kind of thoughts they are. Are they thoughts about yourself? I'm a bad person. I'm not good enough. Are they thoughts about a particular situation? That's not going to be good. I'm sure if that happens, I won't be able to handle it. Or are they thoughts about how you feel like you've let another person down? Just notice what kinds of thoughts they are while you're sitting on the bank of the river. So you don't have to grab a hold of any of the thoughts as they float down the river. You're just noticing. Allow them to float by. If you find yourself getting caught up in one, go ahead and just toss it back out to the river and let it float on by. Because thoughts, like everything else, come and go, start and stop, rise and fall. As long as we don't engage with them, they will eventually move out of our awareness. But if we engage with them, if we take them out of the river and we turn them around in our hands and we try to figure them out, then they'll keep going. They'll keep perpetuating, and they'll actually collect more negative thoughts. But if we toss them back out to the river and just notice, oh, there's that thought of not being good enough, and let it float away. Every time a thought like that or about a situation comes along, if we notice it and say, oh, there's that thought, and then toss it back out into the river and allow it to float away. Eventually our mind learns that not everything that we think is true or helpful. And we can begin to notice different thoughts. Thoughts that will be more helpful for us to engage with. Maybe I could try that. If it doesn't go well, that's okay. I'll try again. Or maybe I'll try something different. We can begin to see that everything changes. And so now bringing your attention back to your breath and taking a nice deep breath in and letting it out. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. And whenever you're ready, gently opening your eyes. I hope that was a helpful meditation for you today, and I encourage you to practice getting distance from your thoughts more regularly. Be well and have a wonderful day.